Hi, welcome to the Collectibles Show. My name's Aaron LaPedis. I'm your host tonight on this great new show all about collectibles. Every week we have an expert to tell you anything you ever wanted to know about how to find them, how to take care of them, and even how to sell them. We're very lucky tonight to have Sandee Weeks from Fascination St Gallery here to tell us everything we want to know about animation cels. Sandee, welcome.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right, well, we're starting to learn a little bit about collecting animation. It seems like if a person is a fan of Warner Brothers or of Hanna-Barbera or of Disney, they've locked on what they want to buy. Now, how do they go by doing it?
Well, first you need to find a gallery in your area that specializes in animation art, such as ourselves, Fascination St Gallery. Learn a little bit more about what your interests are if you have a favorite character. The number one thing is that you buy what you love.
I agree.
If you love Scooby-Doo, then that's what you should buy, is you should buy a Scooby-Doo cel.
You know, you have originals that may not be perfect. The eyes may not be open. You may get a side view. And then you have the limited editions that are a perfect scene from your favorite scene. It's probably all about fitting your budget.
Absolutely. In fact, some limited editions and some production cels can almost be just as expensive.
Would you recommend going online or buying on eBay or some of the other auction houses?
You can go online. I would just be very careful and make sure that the person who you're buying from or the company that you're buying from, they have a certificate of authenticity, they have a return policy, and if for some reason the cel comes to you damaged, or it's not to your liking, make sure that you're able to ship it back properly.
But it seems like the same thought throughout every show. It's buyer beware if you buy from, you know, online, eBay, or anything like that. And be careful. Maybe use a credit card, get a return policy, and just make sure that you know that you're protected in some way, because if it's too good of a price, maybe you shouldn't do it.
That's true. I mean, I've definitely have seen some very odd things on eBay, limited editions that were actually turned out to be color copies. And so it does go out, it's out there. So just be very careful and make sure that you're buying from a reputable gallery, or even if you decide to go with an auction house too, like Sotheby's or Christie's, that's another place that you can look into.
All right, so you buy a cel. How should you take care of the beautiful item that you just bought?
Well, if it comes to you unframed, never touch a cel with your bare hands. You really need to wear white gloves, because that will that way the oils in your hands do not get onto the sheet of acetate. If fortunately it comes to you framed and matted, make sure that the matting is all completely acid-free and archival. If the piece happens to be anywhere between, I would say, $4,000 or more, make sure it also has UV glass into it too. That also protects the UV rays coming to the animation cel and will help protect it in the long run.
Probably, I'd have to imagine, direct sunlight, high humidity, those would all probably be enemies of an animation cel.
Yes, and definitely the ideal temperature is nothing that's in extreme heat or extreme cold. So definitely, unfortunately, not in the bathroom or in the kitchen or above a fireplace.
Well, that's very good things to think about. Tell me about insuring my cel. I buy it. Is it something that I should worry about insuring? And if I should, how do I do that?
Well, yes, you should insure your cel. Depends on how much you pay for it. If, for instance, I buy an original production cel from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I paid $23,000 for it, definitely want to get it insured.
Obviously, if you're paying $23,000 for a cel, you're doing pretty well.
I'm doing very well.
I'm in the wrong job.
It depends also on your insurance. There are special riders that you can get for your animation cels. And it just depends. You need to call your insurance company and your agent and find out exactly what you're covered on.
Oh, that's good advice. So, Sandee, I'd like to thank you very much for coming from Fascination St Gallery to be on my show today. And for all you viewers, thank you very much for viewing me tonight. And remember, one person's trash is another person's treasure. Thank you. Have a great night. I'm Aaron LaPedis.